Okay, we are here with Mackenzie Dern, who will be fighting at UFC 224, May 12th in Rio de Janeiro against Amanda Bobby Cooper. First of all, thank you very much for your time. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we were at your fight at UFC 222, your UFC debut. Split decision over Ashley Yoder. How did you think the fight went?
I thought that it was would be a unanimous decision for me. I kept asking my coaches between each round, okay, did I win this round? Did I lose this round? In my mind, I thought okay, I won the first and I won the third, and the second I lost, and my coaches too when I finished the fight. But when I saw that it's a decision, you always know it can go either way,
Right.
So I wasn't surprised. Of course, anytime you leave for decision, I tried to get the submission on the end,
Yes.
but I couldn't get the submission. So I knew that if you leave in the judges' hands, it can go anything. But I was happy with the fight. I think it's good for me to get that experience now, to go 3 rounds, not to go all the way and fight for the title and never pass 5 rounds before,
Right.
So I think it was a good experience.
And when they read, because obviously when Bruce Buffer starts reading the cards, when he says Judge so-and-so scores it, it's a split decision.
Yes.
What went through your head when you first heard that?
No, nothing. Just okay. I knew it's a split decision. I was okay, maybe I'm closer to lose than I thought, but let's see.
And how was that UFC debut for you? What was that experience like?
Oh, it was great. It was I really felt like I was meant to be there. I didn't feel out of place. I felt like I think coming from a jiu-jitsu world and even just the UFC, I know that they're behind me and they want me to make the right decision. They want me to do this because I want to be there,
Yeah.
So I've talked a lot with Sean Shelby, he's really great with me. He always make sure that this is what you want to do, so having my debut there, I really felt okay, yeah, this is what I'm meant to do this, I'm just gonna keep getting better and better. So it felt good, getting used to the media stuff, everything that's involved with it, the weight cuts, everything. So it was good.
Yeah, and the weight cut, you got there right at the end, and there was a little bit of drama, and there's always questions about your weight cuts.
Yeah.
How was that? I mean, how did it go? Because we kept hearing she's fine, she's fine, she's fine.
Yeah, I was confident, the people close to me, my tight circle, they know, I tell them, man, I'm nervous about this, I don't think, but this camp, in my last camp, but the 222 and my fight in Invicta, was the best weight cuts. I was confident the whole time. I don't know, my second and my third fight in my career were the ones that I didn't make weight.
Right.
I'm this will be my 7th fight now. So I maybe until 20 fights they will keep thinking I'm gonna miss weight. Of course things can happen. But. It was I never did any amateur fights or anything, I went straight to pro. So I think the beginning of my career was kind of learning still what's good for me, what's not, each time getting better. But it's cool to leave some drama too,
You certainly did.
Come the last one to weigh in, so it's okay.
You certainly did. People were waiting around.
Yeah.
And you feel comfortable fighting at 115? Is there any thoughts of 125?
I don't know. I mean, people say that when you get older, it gets harder to lose weight. So who knows? I'm 25 now. Maybe when I'm 28 or 29,
Right.
maybe go to. But really, I want to win the title at 115. I feel good at 115. Of course, 115 is how I'm a curvy 115er. I'm not very tall or skinny. I'm more Brazilian style.
Mm-hmm.
So 115 is never easy for me. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but. Right now I feel strong when I'm at 150. I feel like it's a good height and reach and everything. So I like to stay 115. Who knows if I get the title, the belt, then go and get 2 belts.
2 belts?
Yeah, but we'll see.
Now, how do you think it's going to be? I mean, stepping in the octagon for the first time is one thing. Stepping into the octagon in Rio de Janeiro yes, how do you think that's going to be?
Yeah, I wanted to fight on this card, So I'm so excited that they were able to do that for me, put me on there. And yeah, to fight in Brazil will be the first fight that my dad will see live. He's never seen me fight live before, so he'll be there. My family will be there, and yeah, I'm excited to represent Brazil in this fight and to try hopefully get the submission. I'm just so excited.
What do you see in a fighter like Amanda Cooper?
I see her talking a lot. It's the first time I ever fought someone that talk so much. She seems confident, I don't see her as disrespectful, but I see her a little bit kind of underestimating me a little bit, you know. I think she even underestimated like Ashley, you know, like, oh, I wasn't able, my grappling isn't that good, my wrestling isn't that good, I wasn't able to take Ashley down. But man, in my opinion, Ashley's a way harder fighter than her, you know. So I think like Ashley's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, you know, like she's never been submitted, Ashley, you know, and then Amanda's been submitted I think 3 times, you know. So it's a little bit, I don't know, I'm not used to having like the person talk so much, you know, like, oh, her ground's not good, you know. So I think maybe it's better for, you know, for her to do that, because I mean, she's fighting in Brazil, you know, it's going to be really hard for her, I think, you know, it's going to be a lot of pressure, you know. For me, I'm going to be like happy I have the support, you know, I'm like there with the whole community behind me. So I'm excited, you know. But I think she's dangerous. She's a dangerous fighter. I know she's going to bring new things to me, different than Ashley, you know. So I'm excited, but I really want to submit this fight.